What are the elected Republicans good for? Actually, nothing. But anyway, Donald Trump, the dumbass Donald Trump Jr. has now given pathetic speeches at two consecutive presidential nominating conventions. You may have noticed, however, he has a tendency to overpromise. Imagine a life that you want to have, one with a great job, a beautiful home, and a perfect family. He said last night, "You can have it. It's a nice thought, but a nice thought is all it is." The fat ass Trump can't give me a perfect life. He can't even ensure that my kids leave our beautiful home each morning for instruction at school instead of staying in for COVID necessitated distance learning. Elsewhere in last night's speech, the dumbass Don Jr. invited us to imagine a world where the evils of communism and radical Islamic terrorism are not given a chance to spread, but where heroes are celebrated and the good guys win. Again, a nice thought and nothing more. You might recall that at the start of this year, his fat ass father was touting a fantastic deal with the Chinese Communist regime, which would keep American consumers financing Beijing's expansionary adventures. Clearly, these goals are way beyond the failed president and the Republican Party. We need something less ambitious. Republicans must answer a simple question this week: what's the point of us? The true answer is that the best conservatives can hope for is divided government, and I don't mean just the formal constitutional offices being held by two parties. Even if Republicans occupied every seat in the House and Senate, and and the fat ass Trump occupied the White House, the result would still be a divided government. Why? Because the Democrats have captured much of the permanent government. All of the culturally formative institutions of American life, public education, academia, the entertainment industry, and increasingly the rest of corporate America are controlled by progressives, and as such are a gravitational force dragging the country to the Democrats. Don't believe me? Look at Neil Gorsuch, who ruled earlier this year that the 1964 Civil Rights Act protects transgender rights, even though it was past years before academics invented the conception of transgenderism. The big tech companies are run by progressives. The sports leagues are bending the knee too. Major international corporations, while willing to meet with Republican politicians and occasionally throw a max dollar contribution to a Republican congressman to keep the regulators off their backs, it will turn around and give a seven-figure donation to a progressive NGO or activist group. The last 4 years should have proved that the Republican office holders and Trump, and the fat ass Trump in particular, cannot cannot achieve conservative aims in this environment. They can't keep the little sisters of the poor out of federal court. They can't stop public schools from adopting the 1619 project as the basis of their history curriculums. They can't stop the government from funding social science, which is designed to portray allegiance to family, place, and faith as a fascistic, dangerous, and oppressive. And they can't stop the riots. Trump can't end the fat ass Trump can't end the interminable foreign wars over that other Republicans started, and he can't get the intelligence community or the military to stop leaking embarrassing information to the press. He can't even get a cabinet confirmed. In short, there is almost nothing that the modern GOP can do. There is no principle that this party, particularly as led by Fat Ass 45, is capable of defending. The one thing it can do beyond passing tax cuts is deprive progressives of unified control of government and civil society. Given how unpopular that some Republican policy goals are, I suspect that this may be the only reasons that the Republicans continue to win office. The only reason why they continue to win office is because of that joke of electoral college. If it didn't exist, they wouldn't be winning. If the Republicans can't do anything useful with political power, they can at least occupy elective offices as a sour reminder that the rest of the governing institutions are resented and lack democratic legitimacy. In exchange for the perks of this type of job, great federal health care benefits, the insider information that leads them to make much profitable decisions with their investment portfolios, and the illusory feeling of being important, but they can serve as human shields in the culture war, being what they are and representing who they do. They draw fire that would otherwise be unloaded on the remaining conservative institutions and citizens. If honesty were the object, Republican congressional candidates' pitch could be elect us and let the media investigate and present our existence rather than hounding you directly. With us in office, the organized left will dedicate slightly less energy and fewer resources to smashing Chick-fil-A, a Catholic hospital, evangelical colleges and whatever it is the Mormons have come up with as an alternative to the Boy Scouts. Trump's argument for re-election could be, the fat ass Trump's argument for election could be, as long as I'm here, they will spend their time hating my tweets and trying to remove me from my job, and they will have less time and attention to spend hating your tweets and trying to remove you from your job as a mid-level administrator, high school civics teacher, or car wash professional. If the culture war is a free zone, it's a free fire zone, I think it's only fitting that elected Republicans should take the bullets first, don't you? Any of them who are tired of getting used this way can always find could always find some other idiot who owns a black SUV and likes fundraising to take the heat in this deed. And if someday they will get, if by someday they all get tired of being used this way, maybe the party will grow up and figure out how to advance a conservative agenda worth a fucking damn. So, but if you like the video, give the video a like and subscribe to my channel, Ryan Van Wyck, and also hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified when a new video comes out, and thanks for listening.